What are the 5 elements in the express entry system, and what is the most important item within the applicant's control?
So as I talked about the express entry, it's a filtering. So they're not interested in looking at everything about your life. So only thing they're going to look at is a 5 element. Number 1, your age. I don't know about you. I have no control over my age. Time just goes, I age as I go. So really, it's out of your control. Second one is your education. If you're a young adult between 20 to 29, having education is a really good idea. Going to school right now is a really good idea. My recommendation would be at least a 3-year bachelor degree in college and university would be a good idea. If you're a mature adult who already have the undergrad the degree or bachelor degree, my recommendation to consider is a 1 or 2 year the master program in Ontario. Why? We can talk about that later. So if you have, for example, have a bachelor degree, you have 120 out of 150. That's a pretty good score. Now, third element is English or French. If you don't speak English and French, express entry system does not work for you. It's very, very important. So you have to be really honest with yourself, or take a test and see for yourself what's your score first before you can enter into express entry profiling. In order to go into it, you have to be at least 5 out of 9 score in the IELTS test, which is the designated English test. I'm sure you are familiar with that. Now, if English has a 3 element into the express entry, one is a pure score, what is the English proficiency. If you have a good proficiency, we're talking about a 9 or above. We're talking about that you're going to get up to 100-point additional adaptability point. So by doing English or French badly, you're losing humongous amount of point in express entry. Now, the fourth element is your work experience in Canada. This is really important. It has to be paid experience and it has to be employment experience. So if you are really savvy with your business skill and did a self-employment for a year, it will not count. So just be aware of that part. Finally, last element that they're going to look at is your work experience overseas. So if you have a work experience overseas, your home country, again, the important part is has paid employment and it has to be continuous for at least 1 year. So just keep that in mind. If nothing else, if you're saying, Jennifer, just the one last thing that I absolutely have to do for express entry, I'll say learn either English or French really well.